Hello and welcome to Chamber Media Tutorials. I'm J.R. Timothy, comedy genius at Chamber Media, and I'm here with my good friend,
Bill.
We are going to talk about what audio equipment you should use when making your commercials. There's many different types of audio you can use. All right, let's just talk about the difference between external and internal audio.
Or it could be referred to as dual system recording. So what we talk about with internal versus external is, are we going to be using a recording device that is attached or built into the camera, or are we going to be using a external audio person or audio device to capture the audio? The pros and cons of internal recording: it's very easy. You don't have to think about anything extra. It's built right in. You can just kind of go. It's really hard to mess up internal recording audio.
I accept that challenge.
Very quick, easy in camera, makes post-production really easy because the good audio is already in the video clip. You don't have to worry about syncing it. Cons, it's not always the best.
You can't mess it up, but it's also pretty awful.
Oh, that was way harsh, Ty.
Pros of external: it is the superior audio.
Sounds great.
Sounds great. It's typically an actual dedicated audio recording device. It's typically ran by somebody devoted to audio. And it allows you to be in a position to allow for better audio.
Yeah.
Like we said, with the internal mic, you're kind of stuck recording where you're shooting your video. It's very important to get your audio as close to your talent as you can. The benefit of having the external is you can hide a mic close by. You can have a boom pole that's just right out of frame. Yeah. And even if you wanted to shoot really wide, really far back, you can still get good, clean audio no matter where you put your camera. The con is, like we said, you have to sync audio. It costs money. It's an extra variable. And so it can be something that can kind of bog down production or make things expensive.
For example, an external piece of audio that we are currently using right now is right here in front of us.
So we have good quality audio coming from this, and what we have is what we call scratch audio coming from the camera.
And that's so we can sync it later easily.
Scratch audio sounds like this.
Wishy-washy, scratchy.
Not very good quality.
Oh, that's awful.
And this is the external audio. The one drawback to having an external audio system is you have to do the cliche clap. You know, you can either use one of these guys, or you can do what we did, roll the audio.
Audio rolling. What audio equipment should I use? Take one.
What that does is, in the audio wave, it gives a spike that you can then line up. You can look at the audio wave from your scratch camera. You can look at the audio wave from your external. You can line up those spikes, and now all of a sudden you can just go ahead and get rid of your scratch audio, mute it, turn it down, and all you have is the good stuff.
Using external, you got to take into account to make it easier for your post-production to use. Don't just give your post-production some audio where you didn't clap or give some sort of spike in the thing, because they will hate you. Let's talk about the different kind of recording devices that are available to people making commercials out there. One of my personal favorites that at first I hated, but then the more I learned how it worked, the more I loved it. And that's lav mics.
Ooh, lavalier mics.
Yes.
These can come in both wired or wireless. The biggest benefit to a lav mic is they're highly mobile.
Mobile! Agile! Hostile!
If you have one person that's going to be moving around a lot, you don't have an extra audio person to be following around with a boom pole. This is your classic mic that you put in the pocket, and you can either just clip it right on the shirt, or you can, run it up underneath, hide it, put it in a lapel. These are great, versatile mics. The cons to a lavalier mic is you need to constantly monitor them. If you're recording with a lav mic, you have to have headphones in because they're very prone to clothing rustle. They can drop, they can pick up wind.
If someone has a phone in their pocket, it'll pick up an interference signal from it.
Clunky necklaces.
Beards rubbing against
anybody kind of touching their chest. So they have a lot of really good uses, but they can be very finicky in post. So you have to make sure that you monitor them.
A lot of times on the big commercial sets, lavs are used as a good backup to audio. You will still have someone with boom getting like external audio of the whole room.
Going off of what JR was saying, the next one is a boom pole rigged with the shotgun mic. It's not like the singing kind of karaoke, which has a very omnidirectional pickup pattern. A shotgun mic has a very narrowed, specific pickup pattern. It's named after the gun. Point the shotgun mic at
the general area where you want to fire.
Yeah,
which is kind
just,
of an opposite of what
you normally wouldn't want to point a shotgun at talent's mouth. Shotgun mics, they can be used in many different ways. Put on a boom pole where an audio person can be holding over in that very kind of classic Hollywood way, where you hold it just right out of the frame. You can also do the same thing without an audio person by using C-stands and specialized poles that hold things in. That is great for anything where you're not moving frame, people aren't moving. Any kind of interview setup on television is typically done with a boom pole setup on a steady C-stand. Just right there, close to the talent.
Yeah, just out of frame, you wouldn't even know. But if the camera zoomed out 6 inches, you would see it. One other external audio equipment that we talked about a little bit earlier, but we'll get a little bit more, is this right here. This is a Tascam, plugging the brand right now for no reason. There's typically 2 different brands that are this kind of style. There's Tascam, there's also Zoom.
Both options are a great entry level to dual system recording. You don't have to have a big audio mixer. You don't have to have top of the line stuff. For couple $100.
Yeah.
And they can cover anywhere between 1 to 4 different audio channels.
Now you can also use these to run external audio to it by getting an XLR cable. This has got plugins on the bottom there. So you can plug in XLR cables, which are the cables that go into microphones, and you can run a shotgun mic to it and record to this device to get more external stuff. You can also plug lavaliers into this as well and use those to record onto the device. So it doubles as a mixer as well.
Yep. Lastly, no matter what kind of audio equipment you have, there are going to be some necessary modifiers and accessories. The first one is always going to be some form of windsock or muff or dead cat, as we call them in the industry. And that is going to block that wind interference from coming in, hitting those channels. Doing that.
I'm sorry.
Because you're going to want to just shield that microphone from wind as much as possible, because that is going to be something that disrupts those waves and will completely ruin audio. And there's really no coming back once you have kind of a wind whip in your audio.
Yeah, it's really hard to fix audio when something gets recorded on it. You see it all the time on like those CIA shows or FBI things where like, we need to enhance the audio.
Oh, enhance.
And then all of a sudden like the audio gets more clear and you can hear this one little voice in the background. That doesn't exist.
I dream of a reality.
I dream of a reality where that is real. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and comment below. Comment and tell us what you want to see next. We're a full-service ad agency. We will talk about everything that you want to know about making awesome commercials for your products and services. All right, if you want us to talk about ad buying, we'll do that. If you want us to talk about production or script writing or copywriting, hiring talent, making specific ad types, comment it below. We will make it and we will tell you this awesome knowledge that we have at our disposal. We'll give it to you for free. It's all yours. So take this knowledge and go make something awesome. Thanks for watching. Bye.